question everything, for the truth should not be televised. And that's for sure. So with that, you know, I'm just, enjoying my day. It's nice. It's warm, got to get that sunlight. You know what I mean? I love the sun. It just kisses us and touches us dead right. It makes me feel great to have that sunlight. So I'm walking and just chilling out. Got somebody looking at my truck right now. But other than that, as I walk, just looking at the different stuff that's going on in the community of the Negroes, the Aboriginal Negroes of America, the original indigenous folks. But I'm looking at, a lot of different stuff right now, when it comes to the vendoring situation and how, I talk about integration and how what Martin Luther King said about leading us to a burning house and so on. And then you think about what do it mean to integrate and how do that work. And I always say we didn't integrate as people, we integrated our dollars. And when we integrated our dollars, everybody else segregated their dollars from us, and not to mention opening the floodgates to our community to all the immigrants coming in and giving them an economic floor to be able to finance themselves in our community, at the same time leaving us struggling and trying to figure out how to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps with nothing. Thus, they always say black and brown community. When the brown, when it comes to them having an economic floor, that's all right. When it comes to self-empowerment, that's all right. But when it comes to us having that, then it ain't all right, So go over there, right across the street, you can see that it's some vendoring going on. And I don't got no problem with the vendoring. As you look down the street right there, you see a tent. That's some more vendoring going on. And as you look further down the street, there's more tents and more vendoring going on. But see, what the problem is, that's other nations coming into our community to get our integrated dollars with them. And then they're going to take their tables and whatever stuff they have left and pack it up and all leave. And then they're going to go spend their dollars in their community, and we'll never see our dollars again. They're going away. And not to mention, what else? Well, it's self-empowerment. They don't have to have licenses. They don't have to have peddling licenses and vendors license, allegedly. But every time I put out a table to sell chains and jewelry that I make, guess what? I always get a colonizer cop, or even sometimes our cop. They'll look, one of our Aboriginal cops, they'll pull over to see if I got a license. No matter where I go in the city, when I put out a table, I'm always getting checked to see if I got a license. Even though I'm talking like this to the community, I'm video recording it, I'm dressed in sometimes dashikis, and sometimes I have my Israelite outfit on. But at the end of the day, it seems as if other nations, especially right now, the Latino nations coming in, the asylum seekers, they can vendor and sell things like New York was seeing, even food, allegedly, without no licenses. Allegedly. But for us, that's a no-no. But see, that's a power move when you got an opportunity where you can build economic growth and not have to worry about the overhead of paying any type of licenses, or having to worry about any type of police stopping and checking to see if you got a license. You don't even see that reality. And if you go more into the brown communities, you'll notice that they be selling out of their house, coming all the way out to the corner, to the street corner, selling all up and down the streets, and it don't be no vendor's license, allegedly. And it just boggles me how they're able to make that money, but we not. And I remember when I was coming up as a young lad, used to be able to go to Mama Susan house because she was selling fried chicken and mac and cheese and candy yams and with some collard greens. You can go to her house and she's selling it right out the window and so on and so on. And that was good money. And today, those same situations can get your house raided. You can get your house pretty much invaded by the colonizer. They come up and shut you down, stop you from doing it, and so on. Even though other nations get to do it openly without no licenses. Once again, you know why? Because it goes back to self-empowerment. It's no different from allowing us to have grants and loans on the same level as the other nations to be able to buy houses, to be able to open up small black-owned businesses in our community instead of all these abandoned buildings that's in front of me. That one right there, and that one right there, and this one over here, and the picture. But we'll be able to open up small businesses in our community if we had those type of grants, loans, and so on given to us. But this is the basis of it. What would happen if you do that? That's called self-empowerment. Once you start to self-empower, guess what? You can hire your own people, hire your children and your babies that's running on the streets and stuff that's upset about the situation when it comes to getting employed out here by the colonizers and their job, by their jobs and their businesses that they control, that get only bare minimum of us, and the rest of us get mass incarceration. So we'll be able to help out. It's that reality of what self-empowerment does. It's the ability for you to be able to make moves on your own and not need other nations. We think working for these jobs, when we go into the job and we work for other nations' bloodline, that we self-empowering ourselves. We're not. Self-empowerment is when we're working for ourselves and working for our nation of people and working together with our nation of people to build our nation up. That's self-empowerment. When we got businesses of our own, that we hire our own people. When we got the ability to build economic growth amongst ourselves, that's self-empowerment. When you self-sustain amongst yourselves, where your money circulate amongst yourselves and it don't go outside your community and your nation for, like they used to say back in the day before we integrated, the black dollar circled amongst our community 100 times before it left our community and was spent with anybody else. Thus, keeping that money in a power and in a power structure for economic stability and economic power in our community. Today, you don't see that. And it's by design. And this is why I'm showing y'all that you can come out and see these different vendors, and none of these vendors be from our community. They get dropped off in the community, get that black dollar, and then keep it moving. And then never come back to spend any black dollars with us. And then it's bare minimum to be able to, because we don't got as many black-owned businesses in our community like we used to have and like we could have if we was getting the resources like everybody else was getting them. And that's just the reality to it, So with that, I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. But that is the question. You let me know. Peace, peace.